Hi, pretty people. Welcome back to Pretty Girls Ugly Feelings. I'm Gabby,
And I'm Sophia.
and today we have a little bit of a different episode for you. So instead of covering pop culture or reading Reddit stories, we're actually going to go through different questions we found on Reddit that we think are interesting or just like funny topics to think about and to see kind of human nature and how different people like react to certain things or different opinions that they have. So definitely make sure while listening to our opinions about these questions that you guys are leaving your opinions in the comments as well. But first, we are going to go over what's been making us feel pretty and ugly lately. So for me, what's been making me feel pretty is that I started lighting candles again. Sometimes I go through phases where I don't light candles for a while. And then I'll just remember one day while cleaning to light a candle. And I feel like they just liven up the space and make me feel good, especially the like eucalyptus candles
Mm,
or lavender.
yes,
I buy eucalyptus from Trader Joe's and I put it in my shower because it
that's
just
good.
makes yeah, it just makes you feel like a spa, like I don't know, it just makes you feel good. So that's my pretty. And then for what's been making me feel ugly is I'm on day two of my period and it speaks for itself. Cramps, it's my heaviest flow day. TMI, maybe. I don't know. Don't really care. Girls can, TMI doesn't count for girls.
No, it doesn't. It truly doesn't. We
Yeah,
all, we
when
know what it's
girl,
like. That's why.
yes, when girlies are talking to each other, there's no such thing as TMI. Like at that point, tell me more, not TMI. So that's all for me. What's been making you feel pretty and ugly?
So what's been making me feel pretty? Oh, well, I bought myself these nice flowers yesterday because I went to a little pop-up and I really liked the
Cute.
arrangement. So I was talking with the florist who did them and she had like really cool work. So yeah, that made me feel pretty because I did that. And then I found a like I spent the whole day by myself yesterday, which I do a lot, but like it was just like a fun self day. So that made me feel pretty. Ugly, I would say this weather right now, this rain and just feeling like slumped makes me feel super ugly. But it is a day of rest, so I'm gonna let myself have it and not feel bad about not working out today and doing whatever I have to do to feel better as far as relaxing. So it feels ugly, but you know, I'll be on the other side of it. It's a necessary ugly right now.
Yeah, it might feel ugly today, but it'll help prep your week and set you up to feel good tomorrow or the next day.
Definitely, because I'm gonna be back in the gym tomorrow. Ugh, yay.
Okay, so our first question that we wanted to give our opinion on and read some comments through and see what people are saying on Reddit. But there was a post in the workplace bullying subreddit, and the question is,
Mm.
why are mean girls so successful and how to become one? I've noticed mean girls rarely suffer or face much heartache in life. They get the job, the promotion, the friends, the connections, the looks, and are rarely single as they have swarms of high status suitors interested in them, so they get the pick of the litter, etc. When I've read books on becoming a mean girl to learn how to be one, it's only ever backfired, but it works for them. Why is that?
Wait, it's only backfired? What was that in reference to? Why did that
Oh,
confuse me
because
so hard?
it's okay, when the poster has read books and has tried to become a mean girl, it's only ever
Oh,
backfired
okay,
on
okay, okay.
them.
Okay.
So
I
the
don't know why my
post,
brain separated
it's
it.
okay. So the poster is having a hard time being a mean girl and it working for them. So
Okay.
they want to know how it works for everybody else. So your thoughts
Okay.
on it?
I get it. Okay. Okay, I guess my thoughts would honestly be because the mean girl is being true to themselves. That's who they are. And I feel like whenever you are just like confident and in your thing, for good or for bad, know thyself. And I feel like the world just kind of opens up for you. So that's why it didn't work for them when they just tried it, because that's not who they are at their core. And that's okay. Not all of us are mean girls, and that's f for the better, for the best, honestly. But I do think that Mean Girls, you know that sound, Maddie knew who she was from a very young age, like that Euphoria sound. It's
Hmm.
that. People who know who they are, they just shine and it just works for them. Because I feel like the whole point of life is to figure that out. So I guess if you already have a good head start, you're in a good standing. But that's my thoughts.
Okay. Do you, like, in your opinion, do you feel like mean girls do get more than, like,
Um, I could see how people would feel that way, and I guess it's almost like nice guys finish last type of thing.
hmm
Um, Demanding what you feel you deserve, and it depends on like the mean. Is she mean or is she like a diva? You know what I'm saying? Like, is she actually like a backstabbing motherfucker? Then, think obviously I do believe in karma. So I think, okay, things might be working out for you now, but down the line, there's a price to pay. Um,
hmm
but I, I could see the frustration in that. I'm definitely not a mean girl, far from it, but I really don't give a fuck about what they do and if things work for them. Because I think everything is energy. What you put out is what you get back in. So if you're putting out that negativity, maybe to get ahead, it's gonna circle back at you. So I don't know. What do you think
Yeah.
though?
For me, because I work in a corporate job, I'm an accountant, so I've been having corporate
Hmm.
lifestyle for, I don't know, 5 years now. But with corporate lifestyle, sometimes those mean girls, it's so aggravating. I'm not a mean girl. I don't ever throw my coworkers under the bus or try to put somebody else down to get ahead, which I feel like that's what a typical mean girl in corporate lifestyle would do. Because, like you said, I believe in karma. And for me, it's always worked out to just be kind. And sometimes there are times where maybe someone else will try to throw me under the bus, but I have confidence in the fact that I know my shit and like do a good job. And I've, the only problems I've ever had, honestly, is never because my work is shitty work. My work is always good. Like, I'm a smart girl. I went to school for this. Like, I
Hmm.
know what I'm doing. Obviously, I don't know everything. Like, there's always learning opportunities. I'm not saying it like that. But there's been times where people will try to say, like, oh, well, like, let's say Gabby didn't finish her work, but there was probably a reason I didn't finish my work, or like something technical that didn't work out, or we have like an IT ticket out on whatever. So I've had people try to come at me, and it always just bites them in the ass personally, because there's always a reason for something. So I've had other people try to do that, and then the managers will like stick up for me and be like, "Oh yeah, that's actually on my plate right now." So I think for me,
Good.
I've seen it backfire on people. So if you're a mean girl, like you were saying, in the sense of that sometimes people just view women as bitches or mean girls if they're being bossy, or if they are a certain way, or tones and things like that, or they're just like no bullshit, like trying to get things done. People will be like, oh, she's mean, she's not personable. If you're a mean girl in that way and you're confident in doing your shit, I don't really consider that a mean girl, but I see how that can like come across if you're not personable. Um, but if you're actually a mean girl, like in a negative way, like you're a bully or treating people badly, I don't think they ever finish first. And like you said, I think it'll come back to bite them in the ass later on. Because also, which there's a comment I want to read, but I've had this experience as well that there have been people who are just mean or rude to other people, or they get like high levels of power and they let it go to their head and their ego and they start treating people badly because of it. But then when they're telling you stories about their life and things going on, it typically isn't good. It'll be like
Hmm.
a lady who hates her husband, like her kids don't do anything for her. She doesn't have any friends and she's like trying to find friends at the workplace, but then you're also a mean girl. You can't have both.
Hmm.
And I've had a lot of people just oversharing stuff and like I don't want to hear about how you hate your husband and which wish you married like someone else.
Damn. Oh, they be giving away like that? That's the
Oh,
tea I like to hear.
no, oh, I love it because it's tea for me, but I never give them as much as they give me. I've
Hmm.
learned that,
Yeah.
like, as I got older, most of your coworkers are not your friends.
No. No.
Yeah.
You could usually tell who's really for you and who's got your back, and it shows in actions and like over time. But even so, you never know. I think this is definitely a more prevalent issue in corporate. I'm in the creative field, so there's definitely a lot of like arrogant people and mean girls in the creative industry as well. But what tends to happen is people just don't like working with them. There's
Yes.
obviously some people that are just undeniable, that are just like geniuses, and it is what it is.
Mm,
But yeah, I don't think it when you're doing the petty stuff, like if the mean girl ism is doing this weird petty stuff just to get a little bit ahead or just climb over somebody else's head, it's because you're not doing it in good faith. Like you're not reaching whatever that goal is, in in a positive way or like for yourself. I can't think of words today. My brain is fried. But it's just never
period.
gonna work out for you. You're gonna flop.
Yeah.
And that's just on the universe.
Yeah. And the comment that I wanted to read, it was posted by the username Anorexic Penguin, which is
Oh
interesting
boy.
in itself.
Creative.
But it says the mean girl at my last job was very overweight, poor, and still a low-level legal secretary in her late 40s. The only thing she was talented at was kissing ass, spreading rumors, sabotaging people, and pushing out any competitive threats. She did not
Mm.
have the looks or any success. She didn't even have health insurance. People
Damn.
just people just pitied her and they felt comfortable around her and not judged by her because she was such a sad, miserable sack.
But that's the main thing, misery.
Yeah. The most successful girl I went to school with was insanely beautiful. She looked like Cameron Diaz when she was young, super athletic, smart, and kind. She ended up going to Oxford University and had a high-level job. I guarantee you, if she's anything like she was like in high school, she didn't have to bully anyone to get there. She was too focused on leveling up herself. I think the key to success is honestly confidence, self-respect, and strong boundaries. Being too timid, insecure, and unsure of yourself will make you prey for bullies.
Definitely. 1,000%. It's just that it's knowing where you stand, being confident in yourself, knowing who you are at your core. And then yeah, setting those boundaries in place because you could be a good person, very understanding. But still, when people cross a line, you kind of have to let them know that no, we don't do that here. But appreciate you, but that's not what we're doing. And I think that's like
Yeah,
a balance that we all need to try and figure out for ourselves because it's going to be different depending on the person.
yeah. I love watching videos of people who are in corporate jobs saying how they would check other people. Like, oh,
Hmm.
that's an idea. Maybe we'll revisit that next time. Or like
Right.
the nice nasties. I think those are so interesting, but it's normally towards the mean. I'm okay with it if it's towards the mean girl bullies, whatever. If it's towards like a nice person, I don't like it. And I've even told, I've been in positions where when we have our yearly reviews, um, obviously when you're working a lot of hours, things get stressful. We all have lives, but we're all, as long as we're all in it together and actually work as a team, there should be no reason that you're speaking to me a certain way because like you shouldn't let it trickle down. So if a higher up talks shitty to you, you shouldn't talk
Hmm.
shitty to your workers. They're not going to want to work with you.
Oh,
And
definitely not.
yeah, and I've seen kind of firsthand how things can backfire as well with being a mean person or being kind of like acting like you're better than other people because we have like an offshore team because basically they hire people in other countries because they want like a 24-hour workday. And
Hmm.
the sometimes because we're American or whatever, people think that they're better than the offshore team or they speak to them very rudely. Number one, there's a
I hate
language
that.
barrier. Yeah, there's a language barrier, there's a timing difference, there's a lot going on. So if there's, it's like bound for a ton of miscommunications and it can be frustrating, but they're still people at the end of the day. And as long as they're polite and you're polite, it's fine. So I've had experience with, I have certain people that I work with on the offshore team and they prepare work, I review it. But I have people who don't work on the things that I work on coming to me for help because they know that like I'm nice, I will help them if I can. And they're not comfortable going to the person that with the items that they actually work on because that person's a dick. Yeah, but and if that person's a dick and like the people who work with you don't want to communicate with you, it doesn't make a good flow, a good process. It causes timing issues. So you're just biting yourself in the ass again. So I didn't really agree with the body shaming, maybe, but maybe that person
Hmm.
deserved it because they were mean. I don't know.
I'm gonna assume they deserved it because they went in,
Yeah.
which I get because sometimes it's that critical. You need to remind them what
Yeah,
they
but
look like before stand up straight before you talk sideways to me. You know, sometimes you gotta let them know.
yes. I do think it's hard also, um, because women in corporate lifestyle have this sort of reputation of being very high school, bitchy, whatever. So you kind of never know. My first boss that I worked with was a woman, and I didn't really know how she was going to be, but she was extremely nice, helpful, helped me grow my career. She was not a bitch at all. She was not, even when she was being my boss, she didn't come across as like bitchy or bossy to me, or to people that I witnessed her interact with in general. But I have had other people who fit the stereotype where it's like you're acting like this is high school. Like you don't need to know personal information about my life. Like some people ask way too personal questions just so they can judge you and
Hmm.
be this type of mean girl because maybe they peaked in high school. So they're trying to bring that vibe back, but it doesn't work in the real world.
No, and that's always how I see it too. It's like, oh, you just exactly that. You peaked in high school and you want to run it back and have that same good old feeling again. Like, it is never that serious. We're all adults, and it's always better to be the higher up that's like understanding, easy to speak to, that your employees trust you because the work that they're going to put out is going to be so much better, so much more efficient. Like all the things people are going to want to do their best for you as compared to if you're an asshole, like they just gonna, all right, maybe they'll get their stuff done bare minimum, but more just because they don't want to hear your mouth. And they're not going to go the extra mile for you.
Overall, just like the comment said, the key to success is confidence, self-respect, and strong boundaries, not being a mean
Thousand
girl.
percent.
So
Yes.
don't be a mean girl, and we can go on to the next question.
Okay, so now we just have like a random topic. So the prompt question is, what physical sensation do you hate the most? It's pretty broad, pretty vague, but when I read this, my first thought was like wet socks. I hate when I'm wearing socks and they just get the like it could be one drop. Oh my God, that'll ruin my whole day. I can't do it. I don't know. There's something just so like blood curdling about it to me. I
Mhm.
don't know if that's like weird because like it'll ruin my not I mean not ruin my day, but like in that moment I'm just like, like I need this off of me. Like worse when you're out in public and like you step in a puddle and it's like now you can't
Mhm.
even bring your foot relief. Oh my God, sends me into a spiral every time. But what's yours?
I would agree with that one, but the first thing that came to my mind also has to do with feet, which I don't really know if it's a wow, physical sensation. You can leave that one in.
I will. I will.
I don't really know if it's a physical sensation, but I just hate feet in general. I have rules about feet. My boundaries are that feet can touch other feet, but they shouldn't be touching anywhere else. So if I am sitting on the couch with someone, like family, friends, I don't care who you are, and let's say you're laying out and your feet are too close to me, it could even be my leg or like my thigh or something. I'm either gonna move or be like, you need to get your feet away from me, depending on who you are.
No, I feel that. That actually used to bother me a lot too. And like when the toes like
Oh,
touch you and they're like, like, please don't.
exactly. Like
But people do
I
that on purpose because they know it's weird.
I know, but I've told people, like literally, I've told Angelo, if you like do this and you mess with me, I will break up with you.
So he's
Because
never dared to try it and fuck around and
I
find out.
mean, no, I mean, sometimes I will let his feet get closer to me than other people.
Of course,
Um,
yes.
because obviously we've been together for a long time, but so I'm more comfortable with them. And they're not like when you're with someone for a long time, things that would typically be gross from like other people are not gross when you're together. Like
Yep,
sharing
definitely.
drinks are is not gross because you're used to it, whatever. If
Yeah.
they throw up or whatever, you're gonna be there instead of
Hmm.
being grossed out by it. So he does get away with more over time. But when we first started dating, I was like, listen, I'm deathly afraid of lizards
Oh,
and living in Florida, that's the worst fear to have.
yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how you've made it this far.
Because my siblings and my dad used to come to the like sliding glass door. He used to put the baby ones on his ears and pretend they were like earrings
Oh,
because they would
cute.
just like grip
Yeah, they
on and
snap
it,
on. Mhm.
yeah, but then they would like jump on me and then it would freak me out. So I've had this fear since I was really young. It has gotten better, but I literally will like it's against my will. If I could like them, I would.
I feel you.
But I've had lizards in the house when I'm home alone and had to get them out myself. And I will be getting it out, but also like almost to the point of gagging, depending on what they're doing. So the physical sensation of feet on me, or also because feet can be hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
Um, the physical sensation of feet on me or the physical sensation of a lizard touching me because I've also this was the worst thing that's ever happened to me, not really, but
But it felt like it in the moment.
in regards to this fear it is, I was literally in the bathroom peeing. So obviously you're sitting down, you have your pants down, whatever.
You're vulnerable as fuck in that moment. Yeah.
I know. And a lizard that I didn't know was there was on the ceiling and fell into my pants.
Oh, that's crazy. Of course that happens to you.
I know.
Damn. That's
And
wild.
it's like cats. Like they know people who don't like cats. Lizards know people who are afraid of them.
They might, because I like lizards and they don't be bothering me. They be
Oh
scared
my
of me.
God. And it was 3 in the morning, so I was just like going to the bathroom to pee, and I didn't know like it was there, so I couldn't scream or anything. So I just threw my pants like off of my legs. And I was so freaked out. I couldn't fall asleep right away because I felt like it was on me. Like just the gross, whatever. Yeah, those are mine.
Fair.
Did you, let's see if we want to read any of the comments.
Let me see. Oh, there's a few.
Ooh,
Yeah, go on.
I see a comment on this post. This is also from the Ask Reddit subreddit. I don't know if we said that yet, but so a girl said removing a dry tampon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun. I don't use tampons often though, and then now you see everything coming out like they really be trying to poison us.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people stay away from them as much as they can, but you kind of sometimes gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, there's times where you need to. Let's say you're on vacation, you got to hit a river or something. It is what it is. Get the job done.
Ooh, foot cramps. That's a cramps in general.
Oh, I have not ever got, ugh, knock on wood. I've never gotten a foot cramp. You know what I've never gotten?
Oh
And
my
people are
God.
always so like spooked when I say this. I've never had a Charlie horse. I don't know what that feels like. I just know people like suffer when they have one.
Is that just like a cramp in your leg or is it a specific part?
Yeah, I think I don't honestly I don't know because I've never experienced it. I just know people. I think it's like in the region. Oh, you can't see my leg, but like back in that hamstringish region.
Okay.
I don't know. Or you know what it might be? I might have experienced it, but it just didn't feel that bad to me because I'm a woman and I have a higher pain tolerance. So when the man's like, "Oh my God, it's the worst thing you could ever experience," if you don't know what it feels like, you've never had one. Like I've heard that so many times. So I'm like, okay, I guess I never had one. But I've had those like pulling and like so maybe it's just men being weak because I feel like they're always the ones that are so like appalled when I was like, yeah, I don't when I say I've never had a Charlie horse.
Okay. I have had really bad foot cramps because when I was younger, I volunteered on a farm. It was when I lived my horse girl lifestyle.
I
But
love that.
my foot got stomped on a horse that was like, sorry, my foot got stomped on by a horse that was tied up wrong. I didn't tie them up.
Oh
Wasn't my fault.
no. Oh, I know that
Yeah.
hurt. Oh no.
Yeah. I broke four of my toes on that foot.
And that's from one stomp did that.
Yeah. He stomped. Okay. To be fair,
Ugh.
I kind of was stupid because well, okay, the stomp obviously hurt, but it was like quick. Um, and I went to go take off my boot and check my foot. And at first, I just saw like peeled skin. So I was like, oh, it's okay, like no big deal. And that happened at like 9 in the morning, and we had the rest of the day to keep going.
Oh
So
nah.
I kept going the rest of the day. And one of those things where like if you hurt your foot or you hurt something, that's just gonna keep getting hit throughout the day.
Yep.
So I was walking on it. I was in pain the whole day. I thought like maybe my boots were too small or something.
Your foot was
And
definitely swollen too.
yeah, but I didn't know that. Because
Damn.
I checked my foot one time and then I was also like 10 or 11, honestly,
Yeah,
for
you're a kid. You don't know what the hell's going on.
yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I continue with my day. We used to do like petting zoos at kids' parties and stuff. Or maybe I was like 13, I don't know.
I love that.
And so I was sitting in the petting zoo and like goats would come by and hit the same foot or like whatever, or
Damn.
little kids. So at the end of the day, when I got home and I took my boot off, on my sock, there was the shape of the hoof print in like blood. So it's
I
funny
don't
now.
even need to... No, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
You went a whole day. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh, strong little soldier. That's
But
insane.
again, like high pain tolerance, because by that time I was having really bad periods every month. So like, whatever.
Right.
And
Oh,
and I took my sock off, my whole foot swollen, black and blue, whatever. Then when I went to the ER, they were like, "Oh, what time did this happen?" And I was like, "Oh, 9 a.m." And they were like, 10 p.m. Like you went 12 hours with this. And it's kind of hard because um they can't really do much for toes when you break them. You just have to like wrap them up and walk in a boot. Like there's no toe cast.
Right.
And my foot was fine. It was just like the word toes, whatever.
Oof.
But yeah, so sometimes in that foot specifically, I've only ever gotten foot cramps in that foot um because of that, and they're really bad. I got one while I was swimming and I thought I was gonna drown because I was like, I can't move my foot. But
Oh yeah, that's scary.
yeah, so I have experienced foot cramp. I would agree with that one. Some people are also saying throwing up, which doesn't really bother me.
I hate
Again,
throwing up actually. I'm somebody I can count like on my hands how many times I've thrown up in my life. I don't throw like it takes a lot for me to throw up. So if I'm vomiting, I'm either like I'm s- I'm very sick. Like or yeah, I just have to be very, very sick. Otherwise, I don't throw up. I don't know why I have such a I don't know if it's like my gag reflex is weak or strong. I don't know, but I'm able to like be like, nope, lock it down. We not. But
yeah.
yeah, on to the next prompt.
Next question on Ask Reddit is what is a harmless habit that actually ruins your life over time? There's a lot. The first one that came to my mind was sitting on the toilet too long. I've seen a bunch of people and doctors talk about how because we're always on our phones and we take our phone into the bathroom with us and we just sit there on our phone even though we're not doing anything, being in that position for too long isn't good for your body, is what I've heard.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, I've seen those talks, and I'm like, oh, it's very alarming because it does seem super harmless. But apparently it is not. So you got to be
Yeah.
quick when you're doing your business. The first one that came to mind for me, which is not even, it's not harmless to begin with, but I think like
Hmm.
it's so regular for us, is sleeping with the phone near you, especially near your head.
Hmm.
Um, but I feel like that's spooky. And not harmless, but if you don't do it often, then I guess it's harmless. But if it's something you're doing all the time, it's really bad. And just like we always have these on us, these little freaking cancer bricks on us, and like it's spooky when you think about it. You put it in your pocket, and now it's near your like reproductive organs. Like I don't know, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but sometimes when my phone is like in a certain place, like by my heart, or like if I have it too tucked, like I kind of feel something coming out of it. And people have told me like, "Oh no, you're crazy. That's just your mind." But it's like I don't even know how to explain the sensation that I feel. But it's like almost like a zzz, like, and it's
Really?
not the phone vibrating, but it's like. Yes, I could feel it, and it sounds so ridiculous, but like I've noticed that sometimes I won't even realize the phone is on me, but I just feel like a wave, like it's like a I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain it, and I'm just like, oh, let me get this away from me because this can't be good. There's no way.
Yeah, I've never felt that, but I feel like I'm hypersensitive to sounds. So sometimes I'll hear something. So I feel like maybe you're like that with more like physical things. But I'm like that with sounds. That sometimes people are like, no, you're crazy. There's nothing going on. And then I'll find the sound usually. And I'm like, no, it's
Yeah.
this. Like sometimes I'll hear the like fridge sometimes has a low hum.
Hum.
Yeah. And a lot of people just ignore it. And if you have a new fridge or something you're not used to, the hum of, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah. No, that's definitely real too.
I've seen a lot of comments that I thought were good. So
Hmm.
procrastinating small tasks until they pile up
Valid.
into a mess. I'm
Hmm.
really bad at procrastination, but I've kind of been bad at it my whole life, like in school and everything.
I'm the
So,
opposite. I was so good in school. Like I'd come home, get my homework done right away just because I didn't want it hanging over my head. So I'd get it done and then I'd have the whole rest of the evening. projects. I would get them done ASAP. I wasn't like a last minute kid. Even though I hated school, I just was like, just get this out of my face. Like, oh, let's get this over with. Um, and I was like that for the longest, and I don't know what changed. Now it's like 50-50. Maybe half the times if I have a project I'm working on, I'll get it done right away, just and then other times I just push it off, push it off until it can't be pushed anymore, and I'm just like rushing to finish it. But I don't
Yeah.
enjoy that.
I just have really bad time management skills. I don't know if it's being Latina, if it's being undiagnosed ADHD. I don't know what it is, but a combo.
Word.
I'm so I feel like I just procrastinate. Someone said skipping brushing your teeth, which I don't really know people who do that. Maybe they're talking about like twice a day, like maybe if you don't brush your teeth at night. I don't know. But they said skipping brushing your teeth. And then there were a lot of comments below that with people who
Mhm.
said they struggled with like their mental health and taking care of themselves when they were young. And then it
Oh,
caused them to have really bad, like they barely have any gums or they have to have all fake teeth now. So
no, dental health is major.
yeah, it's also linked to Alzheimer's
Mhm.
and a bunch of other
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
things.
cool. Well, not cool, but
Yeah.
like that's interesting.
Yeah, because you're like, you know how when you get dental work done, sometimes your when they numb it, you'll feel it like higher up in your face. It's
Hmm.
because your nerves are kind of connected everywhere. So even if it's like something down here, you might feel it somewhere else on your face and it might confuse you, but
Right.
it's just like nerves are connected, whatever.
Wow.
Um, I liked this one, not doing a minimum of physical activity a day. So I've seen that a lot too. Obviously, like working on my computer all day.
Hmm.
If I don't take the time to get up, or if there's like long periods of time where I'm not doing as much physical activity, I definitely feel groggier, um, sleepier. I'm just not quick with things or motivated. You just feel heavy overall. Not like weight wise, just mood, everything. You just
Yeah,
feel
definitely.
heavy.
Yeah, you just I don't like even that's why like that's what was making me feel ugly today is feeling like I'm not doing anything. It's a rainy day. Like
Hmm.
it's Sunday. I could fully sit my ass in the house, but like I'm not being active enough. I'm not moving around enough and like that definitely takes its toll.
Even just like walking around, or I have like a walking pad too, in case
Oh,
if it
nice.
is raining or whatever. Or doing, even if you did like maybe a YouTube video for stretching or yoga, it might help
That's
you
what
feel
I'm
better.
thinking. Definitely, because of my little Pilates journey right now, somebody recommended going on YouTube.
Oh
Um,
yeah, Pilates by Izzy.
yeah, I'm
Everyone
like,
recommends
yeah,
her.
I need to check it out.
Yeah, I even did a 20-minute video just with like my neighbors.
Hmm.
And we all did it together, and it was intense, even just for a 20-minute video, even just on it was a Pilates video, but it was on a yoga mat, and we just used literally 2-pound weights. And
Nice.
afterwards, we were sore
I'm
because,
definitely gonna do that today. I need to.
yeah, like the high intensity in a short amount of time, there's not really as many breaks as if you go to the gym for a long period of time. Repressing thoughts and feelings.
Yes. Especially for women. I'm sure you've seen
Hmm.
those memes, but it's like true. Like they're based off of studies that we it's linked to higher levels of stress, which obviously nobody wants stress, but it affects us more, repressing our anger. So we should just
Hmm.
crash out. It does help though when you think
Uh,
about it. Like sometimes I don't feel good when I while out, but a lot of times like when it's a valid one, it's
hmm.
you needed to get that out.
Yeah, I agree. This one is for you today.
Mhm.
Um, Skipping rest, but thinking you're not being productive.
Yeah, that's definitely me. I know I'm between
Yeah.
well, I guess I rested earlier, so I
No,
did
it's
get some
good.
rest in. Hmm.
Yeah, you just have to not feel guilty about it.
That's my problem.
I have the same problem. Staying up late thinking you'll fix it tomorrow. Apparently, you can never catch up on sleep, which I
I
found
did
that
see that.
out not that long ago, and I was shocked because I always felt better when I slept more the next day, or I was like, oh, I'll just make it up another time. But
Yeah,
I guess it's just in your head.
maybe. I'm an
I oh,
excellent sleeper.
oh I I don't know. I'm a late night person, so I'm not good at going to bed early, and I don't have a choice that I have to wake up early for work.
Hmm.
So it's not great for me. But the last comment I'll read, which I also liked, was unwillingness to learn because
Oh, yeah.
then you won't be able to grow and just being willfully ignorant to the world doesn't really help you out. Number one, that's a privilege if you're able to do that. But number two, doesn't really do anything for you to not learn new things or to grow.
Yeah, it's super ignorant. It just shows, I think, like a low level of intelligence. If you're not able to, even like, especially like everything is so political. When people can't have conversations, and be open to like another view, whether you don't have to agree with it, you don't even have to do anything with it, but just hear it out. That's when there's the problem. Okay, next question goes, what is your clothes washing protocol? Wear it once, then wash, or wear it until it stinks? First thing I'm gonna say is wear it until it stinks is absolutely nasty. That's diabolical. That's dastardly. Why would you? I'm such a like with smells. I'm such like my nose is super sensitive, and like when things stink, I won't. I don't watch certain movies or television because I'm like they look like they stink, and I can't take it. Like I can't stomach the thought.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I think. It depends. Like jeans you're not supposed to wash every time. So obviously once they get dirty, yeah, wash them. Otherwise it depends on what I'm doing. Working out, obviously wear it once and wash. Underwear is wear once and wash. Socks wear once wash. But like things like let's say this shirt. If I don't leave the house today, I'm gonna wear it again. You know, I'm clean.
Mhm.
I showered this morning, put this shirt
Mhm.
on, chilled in my house, did nothing. Washing it is just like breaking down the integrity of the material and also wasting money. So I really feel like it's a case to case type of thing. But what's your washing regimen look like?
mean, I pretty much agree with that. Everything you listed out. I think it depends on what it is and what you did in it. If I typically wear my jeans a few times. If I go out and wear them and spill something or they get dirty, I'm gonna wash them that one time. But if I'm just going somewhere quick, I just went to the grocery store or something, um, if I didn't sweat in them, then it's fine. But for me, I typically, most outfits I only wear once because I live in Florida and it's hot outside and you sweat more than other places. But like you said, gym clothes, wear once, wash, underwear, bras. I was taught you're not supposed to wash every time.
Right.
So, like jeans, I get a few wears out of those. Um, Pajamas, I think it's okay to wear a few times because, like you said, if you wore something else, showered, put your pajamas on, and then you change in the morning, and like you wore them for what, 5 hours of sleep?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not doing anything in them. If I wear my pajamas and then don't change out of them, then I'll wear them once.
Right.
if I like wear them the whole day, whatever. If I wear sweatpants to go everywhere, like run errands or whatever. Um, yeah, socks once. If that I can't. Putting on, even if I like wore a sock just to go somewhere quick and then I came home, took them off, and I need to go somewhere else, I'm not putting that same sock back on. I don't know what it is, but I can't do it.
Yeah, we have foot trauma,
Yeah,
apparently.
this whole episode is gonna be about feet.
That's right up some people's alley, trust me. And that's $1 million,
Hey.
billion-dollar industry, the foot industry. That's always what's crazy
Mm-hmm.
to me is I'm like, feet are so like dumb. Like they're so
Mm-hmm.
stupid. Like the fact that people fetishize them and like the stuff they like is so. You've had people request for foot content before, haven't you?
Me?
Yeah, have you ever had that?
Oh, actually, yes.
That's what I'm saying. They always at. Like it's so crazy.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so bold.
It was, and honestly, the age that it happened to me, it should have not been happening. Like, boys are freaks at young ages because it literally was in middle school
Oh
that I was
no.
like talking to this kid, whatever. And I used to wear, because I had to wear uniform in middle school. So sometimes I would wear like flats or whatever, just because if you wear a skirt, sometimes you want to wear flats and not sneakers, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, do your shoes smell?" Like he wanted to smell my shoes.
Oh no. No child, no. Absolutely
And
not.
never spoke to him again.
Yeah, definitely not. That's the wildest part to me is like they are the OGs of like letting your intrusive thought win because they're they'll just ask and I'm like, this is weird. Like this is
Yeah.
I, I'm not trying to kink shame anyone. If you like it, I love it. But I feel like you got to know that it's a very niche thing to be not really niche
Yeah.
maybe, but I don't know.
But also do it when you're talk about it when you're in a relationship with that person.
Right.
Don't meet someone a week ago and be like, "Hey, you wear flats. Do you wear socks? Can I have them?"
Yeah. And they have like like I've had cuz I'm really into sneakers, so I've had so many men enter my DMs asking me for foot content. If I post a foot on my story, forget about it. Um, but yeah, I've had so many weird requests. I've had somebody ask me to drive barefoot and record it. I didn't. Um,
Honestly, I
I'm
feel like
I'm
that
not
I would do.
opposed. Yeah, I'm not opposed. That's the thing. Like if the price is right, I'm not opposed. Like it's a
Yeah.
multi-billion-dollar industry, I'm sure.
Hmm.
Just show me the money. And people pay for weirder stuff. Like
Yeah.
the girl that farts in a bottle. Um, there's
Why
too
did I
many
go to
ways to make money.
college?
That's what I'm saying. Like, where do I find these people? Like, I have no, listen, no kink shaming. If that's what you
Yeah.
like, name your price and I got you.
Oh, I am all for women taking advantage of weird men and their money in a safe way.
1,000%. And that's the thing. If I can, let's say, blow my nose in a Kleenex, put it in a plastic bag and ship it to you, and you want to give me $500,
I don't know
let's
if I
do
would
it.
do that because sometimes the stuff with like liquids and DNA, I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to get framed for something later on, or like that's where
True,
my
that's
mind
valid.
goes.
That is
Because
valid.
sometimes when people are like, oh yeah, I send like panties or whatever, and they actually wear them, I'm like, ugh, I don't know about that one because DNA.
No. Yeah, or like socks. See, the socks, wearing the socks and shipping them out. But you know what I always think about with the panties and stuff when girls do that? I'm like, I would do that, but I wouldn't. I don't want to mess up my own bag here if any potential buyers are out there, but I wouldn't actually wear them. I would just,
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
know,
saying. Is like the people who actually wear them, but that's why I said if you're doing it, like taking advantage of that um niche, but
yeah.
safely, I don't know how safe that one is. But
Yeah, true. That could get dicey.
Yeah, but a lot of girls are like obviously smart about what they do.
Hmm.
And like I know some girls will, I've heard that some sex workers will put what is it? A freaking like stamp on their pictures so they know who they send it to, whatever, but they'll hide it. So like you can't see it, like an encryption or whatever. So that
Right, right, right.
if any of them get leaked or like get out, then they know who did it.
Lit. That's smart. Yeah, I like that. That you have to be 10 steps ahead with this stuff.
Mm,
And the crazy part is like a lot of these guys are just like horny bastards, so they genuinely just want to use it and keep it pushing. But there
mm.
are real creeps and real freaks out there, so you can never be too careful.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really know how we got here from clothes, but
I think it was the foot talk.
yeah, all the socks.
Oh,
But
somebody
yeah,
once
and
also, this is another weird one real quick. You
mhm.
would hate this. They asked me to like crack my foot. So like the knuckles and like yeah, like just
You know that I
yeah.
can't because I broke my four toes and like my pinky toe got the worst of it. I'm doing it with this hand because this is my left hand and this is the foot that I broke. The toes, whatever. But my pinky toe, like the bone never fully went back together. So there's like a little
Ooh.
tiny gap,
Mm.
which it doesn't look weird or anything.
Right.
But so don't request it from me.
Somebody will. If the price
But
is right, shoot.
true. But when I crack my toes, I can crack
Hmm.
all of my other toes down except for my pinky toe. I have to put it to the side.
Wow. I love that. Somebody gonna
So if
request
any,
that video.
yeah, I know, I was about to say, if anyone wants a video of that, give me a high price.
Word.
I think that's all the questions we have today. So definitely let us know your opinions in the comments. Do you wash your clothes every time? I even sometimes if I accidentally let my clothes sit in the washing machine for too long and I'm afraid they're going to smell after they get out the dryer, I even rewash that load.
Same.
I'm
I
not
do that all the
chancing
time.
it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because nothing's worse than when you do wear it or like especially with gym clothes, like whatever. Maybe you smell it, seems fine, then you're in working out and all of a sudden you get that like wet
Hmm.
old oh and it's like fuck
Yeah.
God. Don't
Yeah.
like that to be me.
Same. But make sure that again you let us know all your comments, that you are following us on every social media, Instagram, TikTok at PGUF Pod. And for me, it's at Gabylin12 for
And I'm
Sophia.
everywhere at Sofrita Lala.
And thank you for being pretty and ugly with us today. Bye.